From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Like 20. They're not ready for this, man.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Super 66. Hey, number 28. Five. Check in. Hey, watch the slant. Mike 28. Check. Shell.
The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll come up now, second and 4 from the 31.
Oh, here we go. Oh, whip. Value three. Obama. Watch out. Slam.
From the gun, it's Drake. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
12. Hey, Delta.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Super one.
Check. 53's Mike. Check.
From the gun on third down, Goff. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Now a first carry for their fullback. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Brings up second and 7 at the 35-yard line.
On the ready. 47 with the mic. You must be.
From the 35 on second down, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
First down, Detroit.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 5. A big run there by Johnson. 41 yards on the ground.
At the 8-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Yeldon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Shell. 76, tell him. 76.
From the 50, it's gone. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 27-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Flushed out right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jackson now. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
And the Lions first down.
Set, hut, hey, hold on. I got it. Hey, got 4 down. Hey, watch the left.
Now Jackson on first down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That's good for 28 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Let's make these babies cry.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, he gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. And this a 39-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think's
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Nick Perry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Throwing on third. Goff. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A shotgun snap for Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Running, it's Drake. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Out of the gun, Goff. And that is incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They begin the drive to Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, he completes it to Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A pass down the middle is fought for and hauled in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
And the Lions first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick, working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Jackson. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
120. Tiger.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Hey, kill.
Now on 1st down, Drake again. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
76.
Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Value 1.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Goff. And he hits Drake. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
11.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Hey, Charlie.
Let's go.
From the gun, here's Gone. That's caught. It's Thomas. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and goal, Drake. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll try again with Drake, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 3rd and goal, it's Drake. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Kenyon Drake, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Mike, 28. Mike, 28. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
17. 17. 17.
He's coming. Check in. You got nothing today.
Smoke.
Mike, 28.
After the interception, here's Goff. It's complete to Drake. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
Good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to air one out. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Prater for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On the toss play, this is Drake. 7 yards there and a first down.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He's checking. Crash. Check 4. Over. Roy. Check.
Now Drake. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ricky. 2. Go.
Number 28, Mike. He's coming. Check in. Exit. Mike 20.
Here's gone. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
We go tonight. Like 20.
I know he ain't got it. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey, let's go. Go ground. Turbo touch.
On first down, Drake.
Go. Run.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Hayward.
Check in.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because There's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run on 1st down. Drake. Now Drake loses the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, it gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
Now it's Jackson. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point good by Prater. From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a 3rd quarter score. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
12.
53, Mike. You remember me? Let's go.
DC.
53 to Mike.
Here's Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Lift.
Now gone. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
an opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second down, here's Yeldon. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the Saints' 10-yard line.
Crunch time.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. It's brought in by Harris. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. It's caught. Jones. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
80 weapon.
Watch the eyes. Safe.
Hard ball. Hey, Echo.
Goff on third down. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18.
That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Hey, kill.
From the red zone now, Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, second and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll run it again with Yelder. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Sam Martin now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Bravo.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
Goff now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Will Harris. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. On first down, it's Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Johnson jostles free, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And they take a knee.
Jackson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
Down. 15 line. 15 line.
And they will take a knee here.
Jackson on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Detroit, the win is number 9 for them on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in.